Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 8 West. Waking up to a bed, I should say a little bed of snow on the ground. Started last night, looked out the window under the street lamp, you know, when you're seeing it, and we were like, oh my goodness, which shouldn't be a crazy thing to see in February, but somehow it surprised us because we just haven't seen a lot of
We haven't seen a whole lot, you know, and it is really quite amazing that we had then fog form this morning. We had a lot of ice across the area, and the big storm that we're tracking is actually still off to our west. I have my phone here just to remind you about live8.com. We've got these great weather tools here, so you can actually take your radar right along with you. And I've got the national scene of the radar here, which is kind of nice. We, when we're doing our weather here, we really like to focus on local conditions that you're facing. Hang on, there we go. Okay, and so if you want to take a look at a national radar or Midwest radar view, you can actually just use the menus that we have on the phone option. It's also an iPad option. I know you have a Wood TV for iPhones and iPads, and it really is just a great way to utilize technology. In case you haven't heard, looking at probably up to a ½ foot of snow on the ground by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, and the snow will actually be falling all night at rates of about a ½ inch to almost an inch an hour at times. So tomorrow morning could be one of the most challenging drives you have into work or school of the entire season. So here's my shout out. Okay. I know a lot of teachers are in school right now, but if you're taking a little bit of a break and you're by the break room, assign your kids weekend homework today. Good idea. So that they'll be able to have no excuses to get that stuff done for Monday.
When I saw the forecast, I was kind of bummed out because Friday and Saturday are really the events and the times where, as a family, we're able to get out and do things. And so I was like, oh, hopefully we don't have to spend Friday night in. Because we love to do things when we are not kind of straddled by work schedules and getting up early the next day. And so that might be a consideration for a lot of people this weekend.
I think so. Well, and you know, the good news is the heavy snow is going to be winding down by about 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then it'll be just some lake effect after that. So as soon as the road crews can get out there and do some cleanup work. But it's going to be a cold weekend here, highs only in the 30s. Sunday looks like a really nice day. I'm actually going to head to the Dutton General Store. Hopefully I can head out there for the trunk show. It's going on today and tomorrow.
The weather's never too bad for fashion.
That's right. Never too bad to get out there and do a little bit of shopping.
Well, if you were thinking about staying in, well, actually you can't take advantage of this yet. But you can do something else. I'm trying to talk about reading a book here. I was thinking movies in my head, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I talked a few weeks ago about my book club doing the Hunger Games as the selection that we're talking about this month. Next week we're going to meet as a club. I finished the book this week. It's by Suzanne Collins, and I am so excited about this book to recommend it to people that have not read it yet because it's extremely popular. There are people around the world reading this. 1 month from today, the movie comes out. So if you're a person who really likes to read books before going to see them at the theater, you should buy it. Yeah, and you should get it. I know you're at the library a lot. You should pick this up, Terri.
Well, and it's probably one of those that's on a big-time wait list, but I happen to notice the last name of the author there. Same as your baby.
I like that.
Collins.
There's a connection.
Yes.
Well, get this. Tickets for the movie started going on sale this week.
How about
that? So you can actually get your tickets ahead of time. That's how big it's going to be. They say it's going to be bigger than Harry Potter.
Really?
Bigger than Lord of the Rings, because this is a trilogy, and those are, you know, trilogies also are, you know, where there were several movies involved in those franchises. It's really good, and let me just tell you a little bit about it. It's set in a futuristic world. Okay. So every year in the ruins of what was once North America, the government of the nation of Panem, that's what this is based on, forces each of its 12 districts instead of states to send a teenage boy and a girl to compete in the Hunger Games. Okay. And it's a nationally televised event in which the teens have to fight each other until only one survivor remains. We actually have a preview, so take a look.
You want to see what I got you today? It's a Mockingjay pen. As long as you have it, nothing bad will happen to you. I promise.
Welcome and happy Hunger Games.
I just love that. Ladies first. Primrose Everdeen.
I volunteer as tribute.
You're stronger than they are.
There's 24 of us, Gail. Only one comes out.
So no!
Take care of them, Gail. Whatever you do, don't let them starve.
Katniss 17, the girl on fire!
What did you say to your sister when you volunteered at the reaping?
I told her that I would try to win for her.
And try you will.
I just keep wishing I could think of a way to show them that they don't own me. If I'm gonna die, I want to still be me.
I just can't afford to think like that.
So excited about it.
Yeah, okay, I have to ask. I'm distracted by the name, Hunger Games. Is it have anything to do with food? The people who win get food or anything like that?
Well, a little bit. The districts are very poor, many of them, and so people going there are people that, you know, are starving, and they go and they're forced to compete in this. It's very much like a kind of a communistic type government, and they get food, and a lot of money if they win, but of course only one person's left standing. And you might think, is this a violent story? It's really not. When you read the book, there's not a lot of violence. In fact, it's geared toward a younger audience, maybe a teenage audience, but I think that's why it's so popular, is because teens are reading it, adults are reading it, and people are loving it.
Wow.
So,
it sounds interesting.
Check it out.
I was, you know, and I am one who, if I'm going to read a book and see a movie, I definitely want to read the book first.
Yeah, and it's good because there are details that won't come out. You saw what they're planning, and it's big, and it's effects, and these people are going to become really famous that you may not know of right now. There are some big names like Donald Sutherland and Elizabeth Banks that are in it right now, but they're also doing it on IMAX. So they have the IMAX dollars to add into what they're doing at the theater. I tell you, Terry, there are showings, looked at the listings, like at Celebration Cinema, every hour on opening day. I mean, it is going to be packed there. It's going to be breaking some records. I'm really excited about it, and just wanted to share that so you could get ahead of it, either get your ticket or read the book right now.
All right.